Well, hello, you guys. How are you doing? I hope that everyone is doing great. I am coming to you another training, another update on some things that are going on with the Internal Revenue Service. So, most of you know me, but if you are receiving this, of course, I am Dr. Cozette White. I am the CEO and founder of My Financial Home. And of course, if you are getting this video, you are getting this email that tells you what we do. We are a tax and accounting firm serving clients in all 50 states. In fact, we are in like 10 countries. So we have been serving clients for 22 years, and I am extremely excited to make it. Some business owners don't get past year one, some don't get past the first 5 years, and then some don't make it past seven. So I am happy, and I want to say thanks to you, my clients who have supported us and trusted in us all these years. So today, I just want to let you guys know that, over the last couple years, the Internal Revenue Service, they've been on hold. They were not sending out any notifications to clients. They were allowing not clients, taxpayers. They were allowing taxpayers to defer paying installment plans, uh, payroll taxes, income taxes, you name it. So as of this month, all of that has come to a stop. Really, as of early July is when it really started. They opened the gates again, you all, and so they are notifying clients. They are sending letters to clients for discovery or audit that they may have found for returns dating back to 2019, 2020, and 2021. So what does that mean? That means that if or should you or any taxpayer get a letter, it is so important, you all. It is so important. It is critical that you open the mail. You guys probably have heard me say this before, but it is easier to open the mail and respond versus not opening the mail and not responding to the Internal Revenue Service or Irene, Robert, and Susie. Okay. Irene wants you to respond, Robert wants you to respond, and so does Susie. The Internal Revenue Service wants you to respond. Okay. I want you guys to know that you have a certain amount of days to respond to the letter. Typically, when you open the letter, if you look in the right-hand corner, you will see the type of notification that you have received. You will see the date that the Internal Revenue Service mailed it out. The date that they mailed it out means you have 30 days to respond. So the reason that I'm telling you to open the mail is not only to review it, but because by the time that letter gets to you, days have passed. And so you only have 30 days to respond. Now, hear me clearly. If you don't respond to the IRS in the first 30 days, they will send you a second notice. But I want all of you to know, do not get in the habit of ignoring the Internal Revenue Service. Because when you ignore the Internal Revenue Service, it's like saying you don't care. It's like saying you don't give a you know what. Okay. So open the mail. And you know what? I'm saying open the mail because I know that some of you do not open the mail. And you know why I know? Because when you bring your tax documents in, there's letters in there that you guys don't open. Stop that. Open the mail. How is it that you can bring something to me and you haven't opened it? And how do you know that it's right? How do you know that your employer, how do you know that your retirement plan, your 1099, someone who paid you, how do you know that they sent you the correct amount? You don't if you're not opening the mail. So I need for you to open up the mail from the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. So if you do not open the mail after several attempts, what could possibly happen is the Internal Revenue Service could call you. Now, on normal basis, the Internal Revenue Service does not call you. They do not email you. They do not do any of those things. But if you are going and not answering the mail and say you moved and your mail is not really getting to you, but they need to get to you, you may just get a phone call. Yes, you may just get a phone call. So if you do get a phone call from the Internal Revenue Service, you got to do this. That means you got to be quiet. All you have to do is take down the ID number, take down the name of the person who said that they're calling you, and do not do anything. Do not respond. Just hang up when you're done. You need to call your professional and let me know. Someone called. This is their IRS agent number. This is what they said, and we can take it over from there. Now, if you do get a letter from the Internal Revenue Service, and when you open it and read it, it is your responsibility to say, read through it. Guys, let me just say this. I'm not saying all of you, but I do know some of you. Read the doggone letter. Read through it. Read the front, read the back. That's page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Read the documentation. I guarantee you, if you read through it slowly, you can make sense of what it's trying to tell you. And if you can't, then you can give us a call once you have emailed the documentation to us. Do not mail me page 1 only. Do not give me page 1, 3, and 5. I need page number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so on and so forth. I cannot interpret what the Internal Revenue Service is telling you by sending me the first page. I must see all pages, front and back. If one page is blank, let me know that so that I'm not saying I don't have page 6. I don't have this. That is the only way that I'm able to interpret what the Internal Revenue Service is saying. And typically, if you guys have gotten a letter, you know I'm good at just looking at the letter and saying, oh, this is what happened. Oh, this is what you omitted. Oh, okay. So for those of you who call yourself being nickel slick and you didn't want to report, or you didn't want to tell me that you got your unemployment, and now all of a sudden they're after you for your unemployment, that's on you. You heard it. That's on you. You tried to be nickel slick and not tell me. I may have asked, and you didn't tell me, and now they want their money. Okay. I tell you guys, the IRS knows. Even when we don't want to tell them stuff, they know. Okay. So if you had a change of address, you want to make sure that you put a change in address form in with the Internal Revenue Service. All right. If you have an issue and you owe the Internal Revenue Service, guys, that is why we are here. We are here to work on your behalf. We can set up an offer and compromise. We can set up payment installments. We can defer things so that they don't place liens against you, but we can help you. And 9 times out of 10, I can negotiate on your behalf and get a monthly payment lower than what you can. I know what to say. I work with them day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. You will probably not get the same monthly installment fee that I can get you. So if you need the help, you can pick up the phone, shoot us a quick email, let us know. We can have a conversation, see what it looks like for us to handle the situation for you, to get it down, to maybe do that offer and compromise. Maybe you need to do an offer and compromise to get the Internal Revenue Service off your back. But I want you to know that there's certain criteria that you must fall into in order to be looked at as a candidate to make an offer or to reduce the tax liability with the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. Like I said, you may qualify for an offer and compromise. We can even abate penalties, you guys, abate interest. All right. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're saying. All right. That is where we represent our clients. It is called tax resolution, resolving what is going on with the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. Been there, done that. I've been with clients that owed the IRS 1.2 million, owed the IRS 800,000, been able to work with the Internal Revenue Service to get it down, you guys. Sometimes it requires an expert. And that's why you got to pick up the phone, shoot me an email, and let us handle it. Okay. For those of you that may have gotten PPP, or maybe you got an idle loan, the IRS may be looking at your tax return and saying, something is off. Something doesn't look right. Maybe you got the PPP loan, and then the following year, it was what does it call it? It was I can't even think of the right word, but it was discharged. Okay, forgiven. That's the right word. It was forgiven. Okay, the IRS is not looking at that in the year in which it happened. So make sure you have all of your source documents ready, put away for the past years. Don't get rid of them. You're not out the water yet. Save them. Make sure you document it really well. Okay, so there should be no excuses, you guys. The IRS they're off vacation. They are getting back to the swing of things. They are getting caught up, and that catch up means they're coming after some of the taxpayers that they need to question for whatever it is. Remember, I don't want you to think that just because they're questioning something means that you did something wrong. The system can spot check and run audits on individuals, random checks. Maybe you did omit something. I want you guys to know that when the IRS gets, or when you get a letter and it says, our records show this, however, you included this on your return, maybe you omitted it. Maybe I omitted it. Maybe you didn't give it to me. Maybe you sent your documents in multiple stacks and something slipped through the crack. That is why I say upload everything all at once and stop piecemealing it. Stop piecemealing it, you guys, because when you piecemeal and in the height of a tax season, things can get, misplaced or slipped or whatever the case may be. Okay. So make sure you open the mail. You have 30 days to respond from the time the Internal Revenue Service mails that letter out. There's a date up top in the right-hand corner, and make sure you respond. When you call us, if you owe, that's when we can put together a strategic plan to work with you and the Internal Revenue Service to set up a payment plan if you have a tax liability. Okay, but do not ignore the letter. Okay, do not ignore the letter. When you ignore the letter, you're ignoring the Internal Revenue Service. When you ignore the Internal Revenue Service, they take aggressive measurements. Okay, so if you have questions, all you got to do is shoot us a quick email. I will address it. I will get to it. I want you guys to know during our non-peak hours or non-peak time, which is right now, I'm in the office Tuesday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to about 3 o'clock. Okay, I'm not in the office on Monday or Friday. And you guys know that we are closed on the weekend. So if you reach out to me and I don't respond on my out of the office hours, that means I will respond to you on the next business day. Okay. Sometimes I'm at a conference. Like this past week, I was at a conference on a Tuesday, but I do respond to you guys. So make sure, what did I say? You gotta open the mail. You have 30 days from the date on the letter to respond. Otherwise, they will send you a second notice. You do not want it to get to the point where you're ignoring them. Nobody likes to be ignored. If you need assistance, we are here to assist. We are here to make sure that the IRS is not on your back, and we are here to make sure that you sleep well at night. Okay. All you got to do is shoot the front, back of every page, front and back of every page. Let me say it again, front and back of every page, so that I can review it, assess what's happening, and take it from there. If you need us to represent you, then of course we can have that conversation. I will need for you to file or sign power of attorney and another documentation so that I can pull transcripts and see what's happening. All right, y'all know. Have an awesome and amazing day, and I'll catch you on my next training. All right, have a beautiful one. Thank you.